Hello everyone, Fanta here, you're watching FANTAVISION, and well, the Resident Evil remake is right around the corner, and thankfully they did provide a demo. In fact, I heard it was the same demo that they provided for the original game, which is the Chainsaw Man demo, which basically is just the beginning of the game where you go into the village and you have to survive the onslaught of people, including the chainsaw guy, until the bell rings at the church. It's an iconic scene of the game. Pretty much everybody knows it at this point, and it is one of the most intense parts of the game. And it's right at the beginning, which is crazy. So, I have played that scene so many different times. I mean, they've made this game on basically every platform. Then they re-released it on the PS4 and Xbox One. It's on the PC. It was on the Wii. It's on VR now. It's been everywhere. And now we're getting the remake, which I am really excited about because it's not only a remaster, it is a remake. Now, when it comes to remakes, a lot of the times, I mean, if you look at The Last of Us, they didn't really change the game at all. They just put it in the new engine, they upgraded the graphics, and they called it a day. This game, however, they're putting in a completely new engine. They're definitely changing the graphics, I mean, in a big way. And they have changed a lot of the things in the game. This looks like a game that they really have remade from the ground up. There are different tonal shifts. Like the original game, yeah, it was like a dark, scary game, whatever. But this is a lot darker and a lot more intense, in my opinion. The little dog you can save in the beginning, no more. That dog is ripped apart and dead and rotting. There's a deer that is just dead and rotting, and visceral detail of the gore and the graphics of when people get their heads exploded or shot in half with a shotgun. And that original cabin that you visit in the very, very beginning of the game, instead of just being this little tiny shack, it has a basement with these horrifying things hanging up and dead people and bones. And there's a guy where his neck is just snapped and he runs at you and he should be dead, but he's not, so you're already wondering what is going on. And that's just an amazing change to the game. Putting it in this darker tone, while still keeping some of the jokes, like, where'd everybody go, bingo? As you've just survived a crazy encounter with the entire town, and you were close to death the entire time, and you're kind of like breathing a sigh of relief. And then he delivers that comic line, and you're just like, okay, I can relax now, I survived, on to the next thing, and that's kind of the way to tie it up. And I think if they do things like that throughout the game, by keeping that newer, darker tone while incorporating some of those cheesy lines, I think it's going to be a good mix. So it's not going to just be depressing and dour and dark the whole game. It's got some of that humor from the original. I think it's just a great blend. And I like the creative direction they went with this. And I like the changes I've seen so far with the levels, the way the enemies look and react to gunshots, how there's dismemberment now, all the different changes in those departments I really, really like. And let me just quickly look at this list of things that are confirmed to be different from the original. There's an entire list. There's quite a few things that are different from the original, and I think they're mostly good changes, but there's one thing that I'm a little bit worried about. I don't think it's going to be a game breaker by any means, but it's something. Anyway, I'll get to it. So, no more QTEs and cutscenes. I like that a lot. I just want to enjoy the cutscene. I just want to watch it. The cutscenes aren't very long to begin with, so throwing in a QTE just doesn't seem like why. It's just kind of annoying. Like, I just want to sit there and watch it. I don't have to like quickly hit a button. It doesn't feel more immersive to me. It never has, so I'm glad those are gone. They added an actual stealth system where you can crouch and sneak around and silently take out people. That's awesome. That should be in every single horror game, I feel like, because why wouldn't you be trying to sneak around with these dangerous things? I mean, you don't want to piss them all off. You don't want to make your presence known and be a target. You want to sneak around and take them out one by one. And I think this is a great start to a stealth system. I think there are definitely ways you can add to it, and maybe we'll see later on in other levels you can use stealth more. But in the village scene, there are definitely a couple villagers that are by themselves, and you can sneak up to them and you can kill them quickly and silently. Nobody hears them, and you can kind of go around and not attract too much attention. But I mean, you have to at some point anyway, because that's how the sequence ends, that's how it's scripted. But I would love for other parts of the game to have the option to go through at least a chunk of the level without alerting the horde. It would be nice to just slowly go through, methodically take people out in different tactical ways. I think that'd be really fun. Optional side quests in the form of post-it notes. Now, there are kind of stuff like this in the past where if you shot a certain number of hanging things in a tree or targets, you would get something. This seems like more of that, and I will always be happy with more gameplay and more reasons to continue playing the game besides New Game Plus. The attaché case is now customizable, as well as you can put charms on your guns, which apparently will have different bonuses, like finding more ammo. I'm sure there'll be some recoil ones, accuracy, things like that. So it'll be an interesting way to change up how the game is played. However, something that's a little bit disappointing is that there are pre-order bonuses in like Deluxe Edition, bonus attaché case customization options, as well as weapon charms. So that means you're getting bonuses locked behind a paywall. I'm never a fan of that. I don't like that. I want all of the things that will actually have an effect on the game to be in the game without a paywall. Yeah, I don't mind unlocking things, but not with my credit card. I don't want to have to pre-order this. I don't want to have to buy the deluxe edition. I want to just buy the game, have all the content in it. I know that's a very old school way of thinking, and I'm dating myself here, but I would have really loved to have seen that, especially with this game. They've changed how Ashley works a lot, and that's a great thing because I don't like Ashley at all in this game. I feel like those parts where you're escorting her are the worst parts of the game because I don't like escort missions. So whenever she was just gone, I was like, good, finally, great, back to the game. I don't have to worry about this stupid person that I have to constantly babysit and make sure she's not dying. She doesn't have a health bar anymore. Supposedly they made the AI smarter and she can do a lot more things on her own. You still will have to worry about people picking her up and running away with her, but I feel like it'll be less annoying this way, and that's great. Now, for the biggest change and the thing that I'm worried about the most is the knife durability and parry system. Mostly the durability. If they just put the parry system in without the durability, I think I would have been fine with it. Maybe it would have made the knife too broken, but I don't like durability in video games, in any of them. I can't think of a single game where I'm like, oh, you know what? Durability really adds to that. It made it so much more immersive. It was so much fun. I love having to constantly repair and worry about the health of my weapons. I don't think I've ever had that in a video game that has enhanced the experience. And I don't think it's going to here as well, but I could be wrong. Maybe there'll be an upgrade system at the merchant where you can just upgrade your knife to something that never breaks or takes a lot longer to break or something like that. I don't know. It seemed like in the original you had to use your knife a lot because you have very limited ammo and you're constantly trying to conserve it. So you're shooting them and then you'll do like a melee and then you'll knife them while they're down, and I don't know. There must be some way that they're doing this where you won't feel completely screwed over, because at least in the village part, in the very beginning of the demo, my knife broke almost immediately, and then I just had to run the entire time. Maybe they want you to run more. I don't know. There's also a crafting system in the game now. I don't remember a crafting system in the original. So maybe there'll be enough materials to make new ammo, or maybe they put out all the materials to make enough ammo so it's equal to the original game. I don't understand how that's exactly going to work, but it's nice that you can craft stuff and it'll add a new element to the game. So those are my thoughts so far. I am very excited for this game. There was nothing in the demo that I was like, hey, this is going to ruin it for me. I had one or two graphical things that I noticed, like the textures on certain buildings, especially on the PC. I didn't notice as much on my PS5. I played it on both, and it seemed like it was wonky. Like the hair physics were kind of freaking out sometimes. Graphics and different things that were on like buildings and roofs and doors and just the most random things. You could kind of see like a mesh or something, or the textures were kind of popping in and out and being weird. I'm hoping that's fixed by launch. Maybe this is an older build, I'm hoping. But overall, nothing game breaking, nothing telling me, hey, don't buy this. More of, I hope they fix that before the game comes out. But if they don't, you know, it'll still be good. It'll just be kind of a shame that it didn't come out as a perfect product, because Resident Evil 4 is my favorite of the Resident Evil games, and I'm really excited to play it again. Let me know what you guys think of the demo down below. If you guys are hyped for the game, if you're going to buy it day one. Of course, like the video if you guys liked it. Subscribe for more content. And as always, have a fantastic day. See you, everybody.